55. Merger, consolidation, and dissolution of societies. Combining of societies. Distinction between merger and consolidation. In cases where two existing societies wish to combine, there are two possible procedures which are legally distinct. In the case of a merger, one of the two organizations continues, while the other loses its independent identity and ceases to exist since it is merged, that is, absorbed, into the former. In the case of a consolidation, two or more organizations each discontinue their independent existence, and a new entity is formed that includes the memberships of the consolidating organizations, continues their work, and assumes their assets and liabilities. In either a merger or a consolidation, the resulting organization may be given a new name, which may include, for example, elements of the names of each of the combining organizations. Cases involving incorporated societies. If one or more of the organizations involved in a merger or a consolidation are incorporated, an attorney should be consulted to draw up the proper papers and advise as to all steps necessary to fulfill the legal requirements. Cases involving unincorporated societies. If none of the organizations involved in a merger or a consolidation is incorporated, their respective procedures are as follows. In the case of a merger, the organization that is giving up its independent identity should adopt a resolution substantially as follows. Resolved that the A society be and hereby is merged into the B society as of date or when such merger shall be accepted by the B society. For its adoption, such a resolution requires the same notice and vote as for amending the bylaws, see 5650 through 56. This resolution should be joined with, or its adoption should be followed by the adoption of, resolutions transferring all of the assets and liabilities to the organization into which it is merging, and providing for whatever other administrative details will be required in the mechanics of transition. The society into which the first organization is being merged should adopt a resolution accepting the merger, and this motion similarly requires the same notice and vote as to amend the accepting organization's bylaws, because it so greatly alters the per capita interest of each member. Often, resolutions authorizing and approving mergers contain stipulations and qualifications, sometimes even to the extent of naming the officers who will serve during the first year after the merger. Usually, these resolutions are the work of a joint committee of the two organizations and form a part of its recommendations. In the case of a consolidation, the two or more consolidating organizations adopt resolutions authorizing the consolidation, similar to the resolutions described in the preceding item relating to merger. Often, but not necessarily, these meetings are held simultaneously in the same building. As in the case of a merger, the resolutions containing details relating to the mechanics of transition are usually drafted by a joint committee. After the consolidating organizations have each adopted resolutions, which are substantially identical and which provide for consolidation as of a stated date, a joint meeting of the members of the consolidating groups is held for the purpose of organizing the new society that is to emerge. In contrast to the case of a merger, a new set of bylaws must be drawn up and adopted. The procedure is similar to that for the original establishment of a society as described in 54, except that the necessary resolutions and motions normally are worded so that the date on which the new organization is established, its bylaws take effect, and its officers assume office coincides with the date on which the consolidating groups discontinue separate existence. Dissolution of a society. It may sometimes happen over a period of time that the needs which led to the formation of a society have largely disappeared, and the organization may wish to formally disband or dissolve. Dissolution of an unincorporated society. If a society is incorporated, the laws of the state in which it is incorporated provide in some detail the legal requirements for the dissolution of the corporation. An attorney should be consulted to draw up the necessary papers and advise the society as to the procedure to be followed. Dissolution of an unincorporated society. In the case of an unincorporated society, a resolution should be prepared, such as resolved that the X society be dissolved as of March 31st, 2025. This resolution may be preceded by a preamble setting forth the reasons for the dissolution. It is in fact a motion to rescind the bylaws, and therefore requires for its adoption the same notice and vote as to amend them, see 5650 through 56. The required notice must be sent to all members of record. Such a resolution can be coupled with other resolutions stating the manner in which the society's assets shall be disposed of and intending to other administrative details, or these can be adopted separately. In certain tax-exempt organizations of a charitable or educational character, federal and state tax laws must be adhered to in the disposal of the organization's assets. Often such assets are distributed to societies with similar objectives or to a superior body.